As promised, here we are. Everybody, fill that chat full of love for CallieMacN and this Amy% run of Sonic Frontiers.
Hi, hi everyone. My name is CallieMacN, and welcome to a Sonic Frontier speedrun. Perhaps so, not a Frontier speedrun that you might be used to. For those who are familiar with Sonic Frontiers, know that when it received its third update, it made Tails, Knuckles, as well as Amy Rose as playable characters. But they were only playable in a very, very small portion of the game. Thanks to the lovely Sonic Frontiers modding community, it is now possible to play roughly 90% of the game as the DLC characters, and that is exactly what we are doing here today. Today is an Amy run. This is a run I've been working on myself, trying to figure out routing as well as figuring out what causes the game to softlock or the causes the game to crash. It's a bit of more of a unique run. It has some things you may have seen before, but it also has some stuff that you have probably never seen in a Frontiers run. It is done on a New Game Plus save file, so we don't have to worry about leveling Amy up, as well as also Sonic, because we do still need Amy's boyfriend or whatnot. So it is a bit of a tag team, as my community likes to call it. It is the Son Amy run. But I'm pretty much all ready to go. Time pretty much starts as soon as the screen fades to black from the save file. Are we all good to go?
Hearing the shipping preferences from the get-go. First 5 minutes, it's on Amy. It's on Amy dropped. All right, would you like to count yourself down? Would you like me to count you down?
You are more than welcome to count me down. I am ready.
Right. Countdown in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So first off, we start off with our cyberspace stage. One of the unique things about this run is that we can swap characters at any point in time. Obviously, we are mainly going to be playing as Amy, besides the few portions of the game that we need to be Sonic, otherwise the game will have a heart attack. But with that swapping ability, it does allow us to get away with a few extra little things that you will see later. Amy is definitely not as fast as Sonic, because one thing that Amy cannot do is she cannot do slingshots, which is a very common Sonic Frontier speedrun technique. For those who have seen Frontiers run as Sonic, you see him flying all across the stage. However, we have our own unique strat, as we will get to show off a little bit later. That's already the first tutorial level 1-1 dealt with, and we're going to be making our way over to Kronos Island. Most people, when you first start playing Frontiers, Kronos Island probably usually takes players about 3 to 4 hours to beat. We're going to be beating it in 5 minutes, just because there's a couple little oversights left in the game and whatnot, some triggers that are left active. And a first thing that we do need to do, all good speedruns start off with a little out of bounds. So already, we're not technically meant to have the spin dash at this point. This is one of the advantages of it being a New Game Plus run. So we're skipping through the entire tutorial area, and we're already making our way over to the main island. Amy has an ability that allows her to glide, so we can make easy jumps like this. Now we just need to continue spin dashing. It's very important that I avoid running into any enemies here, otherwise the game will try to take me into tutorial, which has a potential chance of causing a game crash. But thankfully I'm usually very, very safe because I do know where all those enemies are. So, and usually in a Sonic run, we do a trick here called HSP, which sends Sonic flying. Amy can't do a HSP, but she can do this. Which also all the other characters can do, but this allows us to get over the invisible walls to the boss fight. So now we're going to just fly on over into the first arena. Fly over the other invisible wall, because there are 2 invisible walls here. Going to go for a stomp. And now we're going to just run around a little bit of a corner, because the trigger for the boss fight's not here, but his trigger is still activated. So we just kind of wiggle around here. And there he is. We're already on to the first Titan of the game. This is Giganto. And he has unfortunately been turned into a car in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Sadly, I got pretty unlucky with climbing him. Amy does not have the ability to properly attach to things, so climbing up the Titans can be a bit difficult. So here's our first moment where we do need to actually be Sonic. If I try to pick up that Chaos Emerald as Amy, the game will crash. So it's a bit of a teamwork run between Sonic and Amy and whatnot. Amy pulls Sonic whenever, you know, a gigantic spider pops up. So that's kind of what the Titans are for us. We need to knock him back down. Since it is a New Game Plus run, our Sonic is also maxed out, so, you know, it allows us to have at least amount of time as Sonic as possible. But you'll see him a fair bunch. He does do all our Super Sonic boss fights. Already moving into the second phase of Giganta. And we're going to hit him with a... Actually, we get to do a little trick here. So he's going to do a little laser attack. And if we spam our counter and whatnot, so LR, 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 we should just phase through it. So LR, 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 LR. Nice. And then knock him back. Hit him with another Silu. Hopefully the game likes me. There it does. And... whoop. 1, 2. And that is already the first Island of Frontiers. Done in less than 5 minutes.
Tell you what, we love to see some of that good co-op here at Multithon. Sonic and Amy working together to turn him into a car, according to chat.
He, in the next upcoming Sonic game, Sage, who is a character in this game, is driving a car version of this character, so, and we like to say that we sent him to the garage and whatnot whenever we beat him. All right, and now we're moving on to the next island, so same thing here. This island usually takes new players a couple hours. Give us 10 minutes and we're out of here. That you won't see that as the run goes on. As the run continues, there are a little less game-breaking bugs, but we still have some fun. So we do actually need to collect memory tokens here, and these are the things required in order to make progression and talk to Sonic's friends. So in the first area, Amy's actually captured, but you know, she seems like she's doing perfectly fine. In this area, Knuckles is captured. So we're going to be moving on over to the next cyberspace stage, which is honestly probably the hardest one in the run. It comes up really quickly just because Sonic can light speed dash, Amy cannot. So collecting some of the red star rings can be a little awkward, but we'll get there. Is there any announcements or whatnot?
Yes, I do have an announcement. Fopdoodle sent in $30 and says, always happy to give to a good cause. We're proud of you, you crazy Amy Rose fan. Less than 3 from a crazy metal Sonic fan. That one also went towards our bid war that we have open for the provincial park hat, putting it into a healthy lead since it was the very first thing in the bid war donated towards.
All right. So that red star ring's the main problem when playing this as oh, actually that's a little bit, that's okay, we can just gonna be a little bit slow and whatnot. Just the red star rings can be really difficult in this stage because Sonic can just press a button and bam, he absorbs them. Amy, we do have to be a little bit more careful. That was a little bit slow, but that's okay, we're still making out. Amy can do a little bit of a slingshot, so she can do that there, but it's nowhere near as powerful as Sonic's is. But hey, that's the hardest cyberspace stage dealt with, so it is all... Actually, we technically got one more that's coming up, but it's a lot easier as Amy than Sonic, so it doesn't really scare me anymore. Alright, so those were the vault keys. We need those to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. Unlike the first area where we didn't actually need to pick up any emeralds besides the one on the Titan's back, this area we do need at least to pick up the Chaos Emerald in order for things to move along as we want them. We are just going to quickly warp back into Cronus Island. This doesn't really save so much time. RTA is probably roughly the same, but it saves in-game time, and I'm so used to doing it, so I can't help but do it. It just allows us to warp back to where we start off with in with Ares.
I mean, we gotta go fast. We gotta go fast.
We do gotta go fast. So this was one of the things that took me a while to kind of remind myself about. Each character, Amy, Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic, for some reason all have their own Chaos Emerald inventory. So it's very important that I pick up every Chaos Emerald as Sonic, because if I don't, the game will soft lock, because the game will think like Sonic doesn't have all the Chaos Emeralds, things will not properly trigger. So it's very, very important that whenever we pick up an emerald, we pick it up as Sonic the Hedgehog. So we're moving on our way to Knuckles, collecting a couple more memory tokens so we can properly talk to him. And also, same thing, whenever interacting with stuff, it is just best to do it as Sonic to make sure things flag correctly and the game continues as normal. So we're going to do that little trick of swapping characters here, which will allow me to then start walking when I'm meant to be standing still. I'm going to then swap to Sonic, hit the dialogue box, then swap back to Amy. And now Amy is going to die in this cutscene, which then moves it forward because for some reason that cutscene cannot be skipped. And now the game is running at 30 frames a second, which we needed to do in order to do a glitch when we move on to the next island. A lot of stuff happens there. Oh, shoot, hang on. I gotta be a little bit careful. Unfortunately, I did get sniped by a rocket there, but good. We got some more rings. As long as we have one ring, we're all good. Doing a lot of little jump dashes because they're just a way we can go a little bit faster. Whoop. Amy's technically not meant to be in this section. I mean, she's not even meant to be in this desert. So this area, while she can play this part, it's a little glitchy for her. But we are doing a-okay, and thankfully it doesn't last that long. So do some more jump dashes, more jump dashes, more jump dashes, more jump dashes, and we are through it. So we do actually have to watch this cutscene. So if there are any announcements, now is a great time.
I'd like to announce that I enjoyed your use of Amy as Yoshi in that previous. In that previous.
Did I say Amy as Yoshi?
No, you didn't say it, but you know, you basically like threw Amy down there, switched to Sonic, and then Amy died in the cutscene.
The reason why I have to do that is because if we swap characters during that chase, it will make the game crash.
Yeah.
So we have to swap beforehand. So yes, I guess we technically do Yoshi Amy. I never thought about it like that, but that's pretty good.
Well, if I do still have time, I want to let everybody know that we are running a sweepstakes this week, and by donating, you're automatically entered for the chance to win a Steam key for one of the amazing games featured this week. Ricky and Vicky, UFO 50, Just Crow Things, Neva, and our sponsor game, Beastie Ball, which I cannot speak highly enough of. It's adorable. I love it. Go check it out. If you're interested in learning more, you can find more information in the Multithon Discord.
All right. So we're making our way over to the next Titan boss fight. Just like the first one, Sonic Team might have accidentally left the trigger for this boss fight. But honestly, shout outs to how cool and respectful Sonic Team has been in terms of speedrunning. They are very aware of the speedrun glitches. Mr. Kishimoto, who is the director of this game, has talked about them, and they have not really patched any of them. There was a few that got fixed because they caused other problems, which is understandable, but all the stuff that didn't actually affect like casual players, they've left them all intact, which honestly is so cool to see from a dev.
You love to hear it. You love to hear about it. They're like, we're just gonna leave that in. Please enjoy.
So we need to just bring down the wyvern, so just walking out on that ledge brings him to come down. So we're going to just stomp up here, and if you just do a nice double jump, you can get onto him early. So this next part you have probably never seen before. This is an auto-scroller part for the Sonic run. It's very, very dull. It's very boring. However, in an Amy run, if we land on the red platform here, quickly swap to Sonic, then swap back to Amy, we have actually full free control here. So unfortunately, Wyvern is suffering. He's lagging a little bit, so he is just going to be warping up to us to make sure he keeps up. But just gotta be a little careful here because the camera can be a little funny. Thank you, game. It's been nice to me, which is always love to see for marathons. There we go. All right, and that is practically skipping the entirety of that auto-scroller. We do have to do the ending part just so that way Amy does land properly on the Wyvern's back. But it's time for another Supersonic boss fight, so we will be calling out Amy's boyfriend again. Wait for this. Because yeah, we need Amy to properly jump here, so we always just
Amy
do the
love
last
is
bit
so
just for
strong.
safety.
I can really feel it.
Most of my community know Amy is a very important character to me. She helped me figure out that I was trans. So she was very much a role model for me when I was young. So she will always be very special to me. And as much as possible, I always like to do speed runs as her. So I love Frontiers. I love speed running, and I kind of wanted to add something to it because this run is currently done by no one else besides me because I'm the only person this obsessed with Amy. But I'd love to see some other friends who also really like Amy pick it up. I have another friend named Snowball who's also a really cool runner. So hopefully one day I might be able to have competitions on it as well.
Great, thank you so much for sharing that.
This part is pretty standard and chill and whatnot. So if there's any announcements and whatnot, it's all should be all good.
Question, what are the cards that we constantly see around Amy?
Those are Amy Rose fortune cards. Just give me a second. Mochi, I have a cat that is trying to help out. They might be thinking they're trying to help, but I'm just want to make sure that they don't do anything that they shouldn't be doing. But those are Amy's Rose Fortune cards. They are practically what she uses in order to glide. They've been around the franchise since Amy's beginning. It's technically how she met Sonic. She had a fortune card reading to go meet him. But they've definitely become a lot more prominent as the series has been going on. Okay, Mochi's going away, which is always makes me happy because I'm a little bit worried about them, but you know, they can do their own thing. Cat jump scare. Cats always love to get involved in speedruns.
It's really funny because the run I was hosting for last night, it was co-op, and both of the runners had to fend off their cats as well.
Cats seem to know when someone's speedrunning. They can just tell.
Yeah, definitely. That's the best time to ask for pets or maybe unplug something.
All right, and that is practically the second boss fight defeated and the second island completely done. We don't have any more tricks like that up our sleeve. The remaining set of islands do actually have to be done normally. There's no leftover triggers to spawn the boss fights early, so you'll see some more traditional Frontiers gameplay where we actually do the mini games, we do more cyberspaces, as well as we collect our memory tokens. And yeah, no, moving on to Chaos. So I mentioned earlier that when we died in the cutscene, it made the game run at 30 frames per second, which we do need when we get to Chaos Island. That comes up immediately. In order to get access to the cyberspace stages, you need gear keys, and we need at least 3 gear keys in order to do this next section. However, we're only going to collect 2 and duplicate another one, and we can do that glitch by having the game run at 30 frames per second. Once we go into the cyberspace stage, the game will go back to 60, but that's why we do the duplication glitch now. So we're gonna go up here, quickly nice and double jump. I'm watching a cat who's trying to get onto my computer. So here's the first gear key. So we pick up this one, grab it, and then we quickly stomp off here, grab a purple coin, and now it's 2. I have no idea why that works. I've never understood it myself. I saw it, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing that now. It's one of those weird glitches that was found in Frontiers, and I don't know if we're ever... I'm sure there might be some explanation to how it works, but I got no idea. One of those weird speedrun glitches that you just kind of accept, acknowledge, don't understand how it works. It just works. All right. So we're collecting some more memory tokens. So the yellow ones are to signify the reference Tails, because Tails is our main character that we have in this area. So we need to collect 140 of these things. So it's quite a lot. So we'll get as many as we can as we go throughout the main mission. So we got another cyberspace stage here. This one is based off, all the cyberspace stages are based off previous Sonic levels, and this one is based off a green forest from Sonic Adventure 2, which is pretty cool. Bit of a scary level when playing as Sonic. As Amy, nowhere near as terrifying. This is one of the few areas where it was a very heavy reset point 3-1, but as Amy, it's a lot chiller, which is nice. We can just do a nice spin dash here. We can do a little bit of a weak slingshot here, bounce up the spring, collect the red star ring, go for a jump, spin. Oh, Amy, there we go. She did not want to spin dash there for a second, but there, it's all good. So spin dash here. The camera doesn't really like me going this way, but that's fine. It's gonna have to just deal with it. Collect another red star ring. So it's very important when we do the cyberspace stages is that we do all the missions, because doing more of the missions gives us more of the keys, which allows us to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. I'm gonna do a slingshot here. Nice. That's one of the strongest slingshots Amy can do. The Amy slingshots are a bit weird. Some of them are really strong, some of them are really weak. She's just nowhere near as consistent with it as Sonic is. Big high jump here, and that is that level done in less than 50 seconds. And the S rank for that one is 2 minutes, so pretty good. All right.
So satisfying to see that S pop up.
It's always satisfying to see that S rank pop up. It's why I don't know if I could ever speedrun SA2, because SA2, you need to do other things in order to get those high ranks. So you always get very low ranks when speedrunning SA2. It's very odd. All right, swap back to Amy. So pick up some of the stray keys that are just kind of lingering around. We do need to go fight one of the Guardians, so we're going to be fighting Shinobi here. This is going to be a very long, drawn-out battle. So apologies about this. And it's over. And that's our gear key. Amy is a little strong when she's maxed out at level 99. There was an update for this game that buffed the DLC characters, so they were a bit more like Sonic. So Amy can pretty much bump into anything and destroy it in one hit, which is very helpful throughout this run. All right, so we're just going to go quickly for Tails here. Gives us another ability for Sonic, but he technically already had it because it's New Game Plus. All right, and now we're going to continue moving on. So we need to pick up some of these stray memory tokens along the way. I think we only need 3 if my memory serves correctly. It's not that many. So I think we've already actually picked up 3, so we should actually be good. But we'll see if there's any more on the way. If I can just quickly grab. I need to do a little bit more work on trying to route those, because I think if I do route more of them, I can completely avoid another one of these clusters that are a little bit out of the way, but it is fine for today. So we're going to quickly go over here, collect another cluster, and then we are going to be doing another cyberspace stage. This one is a completely 2D one, but it ain't going to be like that forever. So my next cluster is... That happens sometimes. We just magnetize to that bird. All right, another bit of memory tokens. And now we make our way to the next cyberspace stage.
How do you feel about some donations right now? They are rolling on in.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
All right, Mr. Potato sent in $20. Says, I'd offer you good luck with the run, but I doubt you'll need it with your speeds. Go get him, Callie. We're all cheering you on. And that went towards the baseball cap in that short hike choose the hat bid war that we have open, putting that in second place. Just a reminder that every time you donate, it is totally free to throw it towards our bid war. You can do an incentive and a bid war at the same time. We don't happen to have any incentives at the moment, but feel free to just slap that on there for funsies. I love seeing people fight over silly things like hats. Do we have time for more donations here?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
All right, AJ sent in $5 and says, yo, I'm up for helping out a great cause like this. Keep being great, Callie, keep cooking, and keep showing everyone what Amy Rose is all about. Keep being a legend, girl. We're rooting for you. It's also 1:30 in the morning. I'm very tired. Help.
Thank you, AJ.
Time for one more?
Yeah, no, there's a lot. There is a lot of moments in this game where we are just kind of flying to the next destination.
Great. Well, Frivolous Aqua sent in $30 and says, hoping this money goes for a good effort. Pets are awesome and everyone deserves support from a furry friend. P.S. for Callie, chicken butt.
I hate them. I love them, but I hate them.
I mean, because they gave us some money for a very, very great cause, Blue Path Service Dogs. I do want to just remind everybody that is the fantastic charity we are raising funds for here. They provide service animals to autistic individuals. Multithon focuses on co-op runs, races, and games with multiple protagonists or helper characters, led by the belief that we are better and faster together.
All right. So this next section usually is an auto-scroller. Like a lot of things, we're going to completely break out of it. This can be done without a spin dash, but it is significantly easier with a spin dash. So one of the benefits of doing this as a New Game Plus run. So swap back to Amy, spin dash up this wall, and double jump out of the invisible wall. Very important that we activate that guy. That guy's called the Squid, because he needs to be in a very set position, otherwise the game will crash. This is a bit of a scary part of the run, because I need to do another thing where I die and trigger a cutscene at the exact same time, and this part can be a little funny and whatnot. I have to line myself up with a graphic, a rock texture and whatnot, so hopefully it all goes good. We do just quickly unlock this level, because we need that squid robot to be in a very precise place. We need to get him to get to his endpoint, because if we trigger this next part and he's not at the endpoint, game will 100% crash. So I need to just quickly check on him. He's in his endpoint, so that's all good. I'm gonna go down here, look for the rock texture. There it is. Okay, and then hopefully, if I've done that correctly, it will skip to the next section. If I haven't, we're going back to the start. I did it correctly. Huzzah! That part is always a little nerve-wracking and whatnot. It's a very, very precise area you need to walk off. The main reason we do that is to skip a cutscene. Any cutscenes that involve the Titans, for some reason, just cannot be skipped. I have no idea why that is, but that allows us to bypass it. It also resets our spawn point to a different location compared to where the game would normally put us after that sequence, and the other location is just better for where we're going. This is the last cyberspace stage of the run, and it unfortunately is the least interesting. This whole cyberspace is based around hitting those green drift panels and whatnot in order to do drifting around the curves. That is significantly slower compared to just running. So we just completely jump over them and just run everything. So it's very simple, very standard. Make sure that we get over 90 rings, as well as also red star rings. Do a quick shortcut thing there as Amy, got all red star rings, and that's the last of the cyberspace stages. Everything else in this game is going to be done in the overworlds, because instead of the normal ending, we are going for Final Horizon ending. All right. So now we need to just kind of follow Tails. Tails is going through a bit of a moment, and he's trying to find himself, so we're just going to be following him, helping him out with some quests, as well as also picking up some Chaos Emeralds along the way. So it's back to Amy. As well as also collecting memory tokens. This part is pretty chill once we get past the first appearance of the Night Titan. Not a whole lot going on, but you know, it's a nice quiet moment, one, because as the run gets going near the end, a lot more intense things begin to pop. Oh, I'm staying quiet and I'm almost jumping off the edge. Got another key. All right, we talk to Tails, or he doesn't want to talk to me. There he goes. And now, we need to do a little hacking minigame and whatnot. I keep on forgetting what this is based off. It's based off a very classic arcade shooter, but I'm not the best with remembering arcade shooters. So fly on over here, pick up some more memory tokens along the way. Some memory tokens here. Boop. And we also will pick up our last key. Will be right here, and now we have access to the Chaos Emeralds. Alright, so this minigame is a lot more prominent if you're doing a normal run that includes just the base game ending. Since we are doing Final Horizon, this is like the only time we see it. If we were doing I think it's called True Ending. There's so many different run names for Frontiers. A lot of people made many different categories for it. But the final boss actually uses this as its main mechanic. So you do see it quite a lot in a normal Frontiers run, but in Amy run, this is all we are going to see of it. And not quite over, and it's over. I keep on forgetting what that's from. Does anyone in chat know? I know it's based off a very classic arcade shooter where you swap between weapons, but my brain's forgetting it at the moment.
Say Arkanoids, but I'm probably completely wrong. I'm probably like 9,000% wrong.
I'm not sure what Arkanoids is actually. Toho, Galactus, Guardius. Oh, that one. I could, however you say that one. That's it. I recognized it, like, I recognized the word visually, I just could not remember how to say it.
Radius?
Not Gradius, the Rkaruga one. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Ikaruga?
That might be how you pronounce it? I have no idea. Reading is not my specialty. I play the funny hedgehog game where I don't have to, whenever there's audio in this game, it's usually read to me, so I don't have to worry too much about text.
Oh, I've never seen this game before.
Memory tokens. Okay. So we're just kind of doing a lot of cleanup at the moment, because, yeah, no, we don't have a major skip for Chaos, and a lot of it has to be done not normally, because usually you're meant to go underground and go through this whole chamber. Amy says no. She just says, I want to fly over to the Chaos Emerald, so that's what she does. But it is just kind of cleanup time and whatnot. Okay. There's the red Chaos Emerald. Now we're going to be moving on over to our first mini game that pops up. So this was a very interesting thing when beginning to route an Amy run. When you do the mini games of the different island, when they end, you actually get one of the Chaos Emeralds. If I am playing as Amy when the mini game ends, the Chaos Emerald goes into Amy's inventory. So it's something I had to learn very quickly, that whenever I do a mini game, to always quickly swap on over to Sonic, so so the emerald chest goes into his inventory. I'm not sure why Sonic Team decided to give each character their own emerald inventory and not all just make it one big thing for the final update, because it doesn't really do anything, but it is just how this game is programmed and whatnot. We all do have our own emerald inventories. So now making our way to the Ratchet and Clank minigame. So Tails. Amy also doesn't like listening to startup countdowns, so swap to Amy, and bam, we can start playing even before it tells us to go. And this minigame, because Amy is max speed, it is very, very dangerous to boost while doing this portion. Even though Amy has little free Sonics on her head, they do not actually work for her. If she touches that lava once, she will die, and there's a very good chance the game will probably crash. So I gotta be very, very, very careful during this part. Break that box. Break these ones, pick up as many bolts as I can. So you do probably play this a little bit slower than what you would as Sonic, but one of the advantages we have is because Amy is maxed out, instead of having to do multiple hits on all these boxes, she breaks everything in one hit, which does help speed things up as we go along. Alright, we got a couple left. Another box here, and then we'll just break all these. And we should be more than enough now. Okay, so now we can, oh god. There we go. Now we can just make our way to the final, and this will give us more than enough bolts to complete the mission. Close, 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 close. At least I hope it does. If it doesn't, we can still pick up a couple more things here. I think it's just... oh, just not enough. That's okay. There are bolts down here. So quickly swap to Sonic, because, yeah, I need to be Sonic when that goes into this next cutscene, because the Emerald will now go, thankfully, into his inventory, which is where it needs to be in order for things... I didn't miss anything there. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm thinking of an upper area. In order for things to properly trigger as we want them to. Alright, so just more memory tokens here. So if there are just any more announcements there, this part is a lot of just cleanup and just collecting things and go, oh god, help, help, help. Just going to where the game tells me to go.
Yes, oh my gosh. Well, I have a $10 donation here from Flat with a Hat, who says, donated earlier, but donated again for our girl, Callie. Let's rock. And that one went towards the baseball cap in our bid war, tying it up with the provincial park hat. Those are both at 30. Well, we have some more donations here. Soden Tencent at $1.31 says, donating for the cause. And to quickly ask Callie a question, can Amy drift in 3.5, or does weird stuff happen if you interact with the drift panels?
So when the update came out, people were very quick to get the other characters in areas they shouldn't be. However, everything made them crash. If there were certain objects that they interacted with that were not in the Final Horizon update, the game would immediately just crash and explode. And this is the big thank you to the Frontiers community team. A lot of work has been done to make it so even if they don't have animations for certain things, so Amy does not have animations for drifting, so she will just kind of, she won't A-pose, but she'll just kind of battle pose. It will look very funny. I should have showed it. But it will work. It will function normally. It just won't look right. But technically, it does work, and, you know, big shout-outs to the mod community and whatnot. There's so many wonderful people that are working on Frontiers to make mods happen, and very soon, I believe an online mod is coming for this game, so this game's a couple years old, but it's still very, very active in terms of what people are doing for it. Okay, another swap thing here. Thankfully, this part worked. This part is very glitchy, and it didn't hate me today, and I appreciate that. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly swap to Sonic here. So I should be Sonic, and if I've done it correctly, there should be... oh, hey. There should be 2 Sonics in the cutscene. This is just what number 1 of the minigames says. It's so crucially important when doing this Amy run that we do swap to Sonic whenever we get a Chaos Emerald, because otherwise, complete soft lock. And if we don't have a backup save, we're just out. But, you know, thankfully there's a lot of time that we have in order to swap back to Sonic. So Sonic... and now he gets the Chaos Emerald. So now he has all but 1 emerald. So we're going to be making our way to that last one in the sky right now. In a Sonic run, you get this emerald a lot earlier because Sonic can just fly up to it and he just picks it up on the way. Amy, we don't have a way to fly up to it, so we actually do have to somewhat get it the intended method. But I do kind of use the word somewhat because Amy can just jump up here. So usually you're meant to go for that whole 2D obstacle course there. And while we do start the 2D obstacle course, make sure I land on this rail here. There we go. We do start the 2D obstacle course. Amy has a very high jump, so she gets big high jump and fly backwards, and bam, there we are at the emerald. So there is our last Chaos Emerald. I think that's the last Chaos Emerald we actually pick up the entire run. Actually, no, I tell a lie. There's emeralds in the DLC. So we need one more memory token. And then we are coming up to the pinball section of the game, which wasn't my favorite when playing for it normally, but thankfully we do have a way to skip it. Sonic has a way to skip it, but it's a lot more finicky. It is significantly easier in an Amy run. Usually Sonic would have to reset back to main menu and reload the save file in order to break out of bounds. With Amy, we just swap our characters back to Amy after we finish talking to Tails, and we have to then guide Amy. We can't see where she is, but we need to guide Amy into a bottomless pit. So she dies in the pinball section, and her dying in the pinball section will then allow her to continue running around outside, which then if we die again in a very specific area, the game will just go, oh, I guess the pinball section was completed. And then we will make our way to the third Titan. So currently at the moment, you can hear Amy spin dashing. I'm just holding down right on my analog stick and hoping that I am not getting stuck on anything. I didn't, there we go, Amy died. And now we are going to spawn out. Her death note's pretty good. Cindy Robinson, who's the VA for Amy in this game, she does a very good job. So we need to die in this pit. And now the game is going to then tell us to head to the crater, in which case we are going to die in the pit again. There it is, head to the crater.
We're having so many Yoshi moments.
I never thought about it as a Yoshi moment, but now I can't unthink about that.
Keep throwing her in the pit to progress, you know.
And hopefully if I did that correctly, if we die in the right spot, she should spawn outside of the arena, which she did, which makes me happy. So it just makes it easier climbing up to the Knight's back, because usually Knight, you have to go up a grind rail as well as also climb on top of his body. But since Amy can, I see my emotes are being used against me. I side chat. But since Amy cannot climb properly, it is just much easier to just fall on top of its head. And we're making our way to the next Supersonic boss fight against the Knight. This is probably the easiest boss fight in the game if it likes to behave. So the first thing we're going to do is just punch him in the face, and then cross slash, cross slash, cross slash, cross slash, cross slash, and moving on into second phase. He doesn't get to play the game that much, the poor Knight. Alright, this next part can be a little funny, so he's gonna start spinning out his Beyblade and whatnot, and we need to go catch it and throw him back into him. Sometimes we can get this hit immediately, and sometimes it can take 2 minutes. Usually not that long. Oh man, he gave me good RNG and I was not ready for it. Okay, hopefully this hits. Yes, it does. So we missed a good RNG, but we did hit him with the first hit, so that's not too bad. It's completely random which way that thing fires off, so the fact that it was coming right at me is really good, but I just wasn't prepared for it. It was slightly to the left, so it was a little odd. Alright, so we have another quick time event, and then we are treated to the coolest part in this game, at least one of my favorite parts, but it's just a cutscene, so if there are any announcements, now is also a wonderful time for that.
I can't. I have all kinds of fantastic donations here from incredibly generous people. Spectral Vision sent in $25 and says it might be Ikaruga, or Ikaruga could have come from Sonic Frontiers. Now that money went towards the Sun Hat in our bid war that we have open for Multi-World AP, A Short Hike, to choose the hat, placing it firmly in third place. The other options that we have so far, baseball cap at $30 and provincial park hat at $30. But what's this? Blitz Hedgie sent in $25, says, good luck, Callie. It's so cool to see you showing off how awesome Amy can be for such a good cause. I'm intrigued how Mochi could help you with your run, though.
Yeah, that's my best friend, Blitz.
Love you, Callie. And that one went towards the baseball cap. rocketing into the lead again at $55. Just a little reminder that you can absolutely put your donations towards that bid war for free, but you do have to click on them. You do have to click on them. Thank you so much, everybody, for your generosity for Blue Path Service Dogs.
All right. So this is Rhea. This is the quote-unquote fourth island of the game, though technically it is just Kronos. In the vanilla version of this game, well, in the casual run of this game and whatnot, when you first play it, I love this moment because it has a ton of cool platforming sections and whatnot that really test how well you've gotten control of Sonic and whatnot, and it's rather scary because you are climbing up very, very high, and if just one mistake, it is very possible to fall all the way down to the bottom. Thankfully, we are Amy, so, you know, she's got her big high jumps and whatnot. That does make this, she can't do this as fast as Sonic, because Sonic can do a HSP, which is a speedrun glitch that stands for Hedgehog Space Program, which launches Sonic like 100 feet into the air. So Amy does have to do this somewhat vanilla. However, she will make up for that because she can just glide on over to the other islands. Sonic does not have a glide ability, so he has to do other tricks in order to make it to the other towers. Amy, once we clear one tower, it's just flying. So not a whole lot to Rhea. But once we do complete Rhea, we are making our way to the final island of the game. And instead of doing the normal run, we are doing the final horizon, where we would usually, that would be the moment where we got to play as Amy, Tails, and Knuckles. But however, today we are entirely doing this run as Amy, so you'll see Tails and Knuckles for half a second at best. So that's 2 towers done, and now we're gonna make our way, have to skip the cutscenes, and now we are flying on over to the next tower. So as you can see, this part's pretty chill, not a whole lot going on, so if there are any other things and whatnot, feel free to interrupt me. But yeah, a lot of this is just kind of flying and hitting X's on the towers.
Yeah, well, hey everybody, Wishes Unlimited is proud to sponsor Multithon. They're an indie studio making Beastie Ball, an open world sports RPG where your beasties' relationships power up their teamwork. If you want to check out the highest rated creature collector on Steam, visit beastieballgame.com. And you know what? I've been talking about this game. I was like, I'm not biased at all. I definitely didn't crowdfund the game. I don't own a shirt for it or anything. I was so excited when I saw this game, and I just saw the art and the trailers. And I've only had a chance to play the demo. The full game is out. I've only had a chance to play the demo, but it's a fantastic game. Really, really, really fun. If you enjoy, as they say, like creature collectors, if you enjoy Pokemon, the beastie designs are adorable, and the mechanics in the game, it's kind of volleyball based. It's really fun. I cannot recommend the game highly enough. Really, really great game.
Mochi. I just see them jump up. Where's the last tower?
We're having trouble from another beastie.
We are down to the last tower, so we will be making our way to the final Horizons update in... Actually, I should be able to just land this. Yes, I can. Good stuff. And yeah, no, that is all of Ray and whatnot. Really cool section, casually. Speedrun-wise, the Sonic, very frustrating. Speedrun-wise, is Amy, walk in a park. There are definitely moments where certain parts of Amy are a lot harder compared to Sonic. And the certain parts for Amy, it's significantly easier. It's very interesting kind of comparing the two runs. But we are making our way to the update. So usually in this update, this is where we actually play as Amy. So you actually hear the characters actually start talking and whatnot, which is kind of cool. Gameplay changes a little bit when we move into this section. So usually in the other areas, you know, we're collecting memory tokens, we're collecting gears, we're collecting Chaos Vault keys. In this one, the only thing we need to collect is we need to collect some Coco, which are these small little creatures that are new to this game. And we also need to collect Lookout Cocos, which is a special version of the Coco that is only in this version, well, in this portion of the game. So A lot of this is just also just running to, you know, the waypoint markers and whatnot and just pressing X. But along the way, we'll have some challenges as well as also picking up some lookout cocos. You'll see one in just a second here.
Is a Coco like a chow?
See, I'm a very sad Sonic nerd. Cocos and Chows are technically two of the same thing. They're two sides of the same, different sides of the same coin and whatnot. I don't know the phrase. Cocos are technically computers that can hold a person's soul, and they were made by the ancients, so they have the souls of the ancients, which is a new race that popped up in this game. But the ancients were like chaos water creatures, and I'm getting stuck in this room, hang on. The ancients were chaos-like creatures, and they evolved into Chow. I think it was because of Chaos Emerald radiation. This game has a lot of interesting lore applications in terms of the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I really, really like that about this game, and I'm really excited to see where Sonic games go forward in terms of story, because these are the Cocos. They're very, very cute. His little guys.
Sonic lore. I just can't handle Sonic lore. Like, the characters are and then there are these little computers that hold the souls of the dead.
Sonic has changed a fair bit. When you go back to the first games where it's just like, stop the evil scientists and whatnot. Now, you know, we've had gods in the series for a good quite a while since the early 3D games. But things have definitely changed, and yeah, this Sonic game is very big on story. There's some of the Cocos that we need to rescue. There's going to be a couple more here, so we'll quickly grab them here.
Right, so since you enjoy lore so much, which is your favorite Sonic cartoon? Or is it game
Sonic
only?
X.
Sonic X?
I could not pick a favorite Sonic game. I have like a top 5, and I could not change the order of. I like the order they would go. Them being Sonic Adventure, Sonic Free and Knuckles, Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Unleashed, and the one that shocks people, Sonic Superstars. I love speedrunning that game as well. I can't pick an order for those 5. I love them all very much. And favorite cartoon show is a Sonic X, and as my best friend in chat has just said, it's because of episode 52. That's actually one of my favorite episodes of any TV show ever.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, no, Amy is not giving me a launch. There it is. Thank you. Alright, so this section, we are usually meant to be Knuckles. We have to destroy these impact forms. Chat, you know what you need to say for those of my community. You know what we need to do. So every time we break one of these, we get a papaya-sa. I don't know why they say that, but they're very, very cute. I love those little Cocos.
Papaya's mentioned.
There we go, another lookout Coco. So a lot of this is, as mentioned, we're just heading to waypoints. We're picking up lookout Cocos on the way, and since we are obviously meant to be playing this part as Knuckles, actually this part is pretty much 1-to-1 when playing as Knuckles, because Knuckles, that was not meant to do that. Knuckles can also glide like Amy can in this game, so Amy and Knuckles can practically do the exact same thing. Things become a little bit different when we get to the Tails sections of this run, because Tails can unlock his Cyclone from Sonic Adventure 2, and that gives him just, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. That just gives him full free flight, so he can just fly wherever he wants. He can fly pretty much forever if you do certain exploits. As Amy, we have to kind of find unique ways to climb up to the areas that he needs to get to, but we'll get to that when we get there, which is happening very, very soon. Another papaya-sa. Now we need to make our way to the next Chaos Emerald, so we're going to do a big spin dash jump up this, and then we are just going to glide on over that. There is a lot of this in a Frontiers run where we just fly on over to our next objective, so if there's any announcements, now's another wonderful time.
I want to make an announcement. I was very happy to see the Knuckles cameo.
We love Knuckles. He's my third favorite.
All right. No, I mean, I definitely want to tell everybody about Blue Path. Blue Path provides autism service dogs offering safety, companionship, and opportunities for independence. Their vision is to be a definitive leader in autism service dog provision, transforming the lives of individuals, families, and communities. Blue Pass expertly trained autism service dogs offer safety and freedom to families. A Blue Pass service dog's primary role is to provide safety for a child out in public. The dogs are trained to prevent a child from bolting, either into the street or away from parents into a crowded area. They also provide children with much needed companionship, increased social acknowledgement from peers, opportunities for independence, and increased levels of confidence. It is a fantastic charity we are here raising funds for this week. If you are able to donate, please do consider doing so. And please remember that you can click on the bid war for free when you're getting that donation in to choose a hat in the short hike multi-world AP bid war. Baseball cap is in the lead. Provincial park hat is in second place. Sun hat is in third place. And there has been no love for the headband.
Aw.
I mean, it's styling.
I need to play Short Hike. It's been on my. It's been one of those things of the curse of being a gamer and whatnot. You get so many games, and so many times they end up just sitting in your library, and they never get played.
Called out extremely hard right now. I did start playing a Short Hike. It's a very chill game. If you're looking for just like a super, you know, when people talk about cozy games, definitely Short Hike is in that category for a nice chill time. Of course, it's gonna be a four-way speedrun. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
I mean, it's gonna be a speedrun, you know, so we'll see how chill. It'll be an extremely short hike if our runner has anything to say about it.
They should get a special, unique version of the title for that.
Shortest hike.
Shortest hike. All right. So even though this update, one of the big things that was marketed for it was the fact that Amy, Tails, and Knuckles were playable in it, Sonic still does have a big portion of it. Usually with this tower, I have a way to just fly on up to the top. However, that's incredibly boring, and it's not actually that much slower to do it like this. So instead of me just flying to the next area and whatnot, we're actually going to have a little bit of fun and climb the tower. I think this is only like 5 seconds slower and whatnot, but it's just a bit more fun because practically we can go somewhere else and just do what we've been doing, just flying to the next, like getting a massive jump and then just flying to the next area. But that's not fun. People want to see this girl and whatnot do a lot of shenanigans, completely break the game. I gotta be careful there. Oh shoot. Oh, thank you, Amy, and whatnot. I don't know where she suddenly got another jump from, but I am not complaining. That just sometimes happens when you bring up the counter. It just kind of resets the jump counter. I do not know why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm just very grateful that it worked there. Okay, boing. Big jump. Nice, good stuff. Countering in this game is very, very broken because it allows you to just kind of completely stop your momentum and just kind of hover in the air, allowing you to quickly fix yourself. Amy, can you give me another jump? No, she will not give me another jump. That's unfortunate. Really, really slow. Don't think Amy's gonna give me a homing attack. Thank you. I love you. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright, and now we are making our way up to the tower. So usually these are some really tricky challenges as Sonic. Obviously we are going to do them as Amy. When you enter these challenges, they actually completely debuff you and whatnot. They set your stats back to being incredibly weak. However, if I quickly swap characters back and forth, not only do I get to T-pose on my enemies, that actually removes the debuff. So now I'm once again completely unstoppable and can kill everything in one hit. However, these guys are very annoying because they bring up the shields a lot. I'm just gonna side with you because I don't trust you. There you go. All right, cool. And that is the first one done. T-pose on them, we will. So we have 4 of these to do.
Amy Rose T-pose.
I think we've been wanting to make an emote. I don't think I got that set up in time. So sorry there, chat. You can spin on them. That still works. All right. So swap back to Amy. Same thing as before. Usually Sonic would have to do a slingshot HSP in order to get up to this tower really quickly. You can technically do it faster, but Amy, we just bring out our fortune cards. We just glide on over to the next challenge. Depending on how many lookout cocos we have is what actually activates these towers, so we need to make sure that as we're doing this run that we are indeed picking up our lookout cocos so we can continue progressing as normally. So moving on to the next challenge, same thing as what we did in the last one. We're going to quickly swap characters, so we hit them with the T-pose, and then we are going to have our strength back and we will be able to one-shot everything. So these guys, we just need to side loop around them and then hit them. Side loop around them, hit them, side loop around them, and don't hit them. Oh, there we go. And one more, and we are Amy. Amy did not want to hit them for some reason. All right, but there we go. There's the second one done. And now we have a little bit of a tour in the forest because we definitely need to catch up on some lookout cocos. We need 24 in order to beat this end game section. So this is kind of just kind of a moment where we just, as we're heading to the next tower, because it is really, really far away, that we're just going to pick up some lookout cocos. Boop. All right. So yeah, no, if there's anything, announcements and whatnot, now is also a wonderful time for that.
Wanted to announce that my favorite Sonic cartoon is Sonic Boom, and it's this.
Boom was good.
I really like Boom. I was thinking about it because you keep talking about Sonic Amy. I was thinking about the like Misery parody episode where Sonic gets kidnapped, and then I think it's a taper who kidnaps him and tries to read his fanfic to Sonic.
Oh!
Like,
yes.
And I love it. It's a kid's show, and he's thumbing through the fanfic, right, to read, and he's like, "Oh,
Son Amy, spicy."
Yeah. I need something family friendly. Not that one. Not that one.
Maybe not that one. No, that one might not be as family friendly.
You know, they really have a lot of fun with the Sonic cartoons and the Sonic comics. I feel like they just sort of do what they want, and it's really excellent.
No, we're Sonic fans like myself are really hoping that some of the exclusive characters from the comics, Tangle and Whisper, they come from the IDW comics, will be hopefully making their way, hopefully going to be in the new racing game and whatnot. They recently got added to. It is a Roblox game, called Sonic Speed Simulator, but we are hoping for them to make their proper debut in Racing Cross World, as well as also the upcoming mobile Sonic game and PC game called Sonic Rumble.
I haven't, you know, like, it's funny because I see the comics and I really need to get caught up. I buy the trades, like, I really need to get caught up, but, like, what is your opinion on the, I'm bad with the names because I haven't read them, but the green hedgehog who was like the villain with the redemption arc.
You're talking about if I don't know if you mean if you're talking about an actual green hedgehog, that is Scourge. He is from the Archie comic series, which is no longer a thing. I don't think he ever had a redemption arc. You might be more thinking of Surge, which is a green. I think she's a Tenic. And whatnot. Is it a male or female character?
Female character.
Yeah, that's Surge. No, she's cool. She also hopefully she's made it into a Sonic mobile game, so she has made a bit of a presence. And yeah, no, same thing with her. Hopefully she gets into Racing Cross World as well as also Sonic Rumble at some point, because it's Sega is a lot more involved with the IDW comics after some of the problems that popped up with the Archie comics. So since they are a lot more involved, there's a much higher chances of those characters being added to game canon. And I think Sega's stance at the moment is that IDW is just kind of game canon, so he's hoping Surge might be able to get a chance to make her first proper appearance, hopefully sometime soon.
I really like that character design, you know, not knowing a lot about the character. I just particularly enjoy it.
Alright, Alright, so final challenge and whatnot. Thankfully, those pillar things are there, which are really nice because it means we can just skip climbing up the tower, and it's just significantly faster to do it that way. So our last challenge is Sonic, and then we're heading back to the actual part of this game where we're meant to be Amy Rose. But but we got one last T-pose to hit him with as we move on to the final part of the game.
Can't miss a chance to hit him with the T-pose.
I love that I love that they T-pose when you do that. It's one of my favorite things of the run. All right, so now we're moving back to the Amy portion. So we need to pick up some more Cocos, and then we will test a lot of running to waypoints. So what we have next is we have an Amy section. Well, I mean, we've had a lot of Amy sections. We have the actual Amy section, and then the Knuckles section, then the Tails section, and then we actually have to do a game restart. Unfortunately, this game does have some memory issues that if you play from the beginning of the game all the way up to the final trial, the Master King Coco trial, the game will get stuck on an infinite loading screen. So I will have to very quickly, very soon, have to quickly turn off my game and restart it. It does suck that we have to do that, but there's just no way around it. It's a guaranteed glitch that will happen if you just play the game too long. Sadly, it just never got fixed. It might have been a bit difficult to figure out what it is, and it is something that really only affects speedrunners. Because most people probably ain't gonna play this game a whole run of the game. Why do I do that? That one's not needed. A whole run of this game in one sitting, because casually this game takes a very long time to beat. Give something nice to me. Can I hit that, please? Ooh, all right. Want to quickly make sure Amy does this section correctly. So we need to make our way all the way up there, but just to make that as easy as possible, there's a few little areas where we need to jump off certain rails, like this one. Then the draw distance of this game can be a little tricky to remember where certain things are because of how late they can pop in. Big reason why the pop in is like that is because this game was on Switch. It was optimized for the Switch version in terms of pop in. Fans, when they got this game on PC, immediately upped the draw distance, and that caused so many problems for the game. So it's just for safety, we keep our draw distance on the standard setting. Hopefully with the sequel to this game, since the Switch 2 is hopefully gone, I think it's being shown off next week actually. Hopefully that will be Sonic Team will have a bit more area to put their legs, and we'll be able to have a draw distance more than 5 feet. All right. So this is a Knuckles section, but obviously Amy. It's always funny. The game says Amy will be playable later. She's playable now. Okay, careful. I'm gonna quickly check how many Cocos I have. I need to pick up 2 more Lookout Cocos, and then we are done with Lookout Cocos. And then we are just running on over to the end of the game. Well, we're just hitting all the checkpoints that we need to hit. So that's the last of the Lookout Cocos. So now, just running towards the checkpoints. And we do have one more. Actually, we have 2 more. Little impact forms to destroy. So, chat, are you ready? Ta-da! Papaya-sa! I love those little guys. All right. If there are any announcements, now's also an absolute fantastic time for that. Because, yeah, no, this is... when we get to this point of the game, it is just kind of running to the next objective.
Punching things. Well, I have an $8 donation here from Son10 who says, I wanted to see, excuse me, sorry, I wanted to see to it that even if the headband still gets last place, that somebody was a part of the cause. And that $8 did go towards the headband in our bid war that we have open to choose the hat in the Multi-World AP short hike. So now the Sun Hat is indeed in last place, but it is on the board. Thank you very much.
Guys, we need the headband sweep. We need to see that.
Looking for that headband sweep. Let me just check in and see exactly where everything is on the board here. Let me get the full update. Oh my gosh, hold on, Tiltify is not playing along at all. All right, so in the lead, we have baseball cap at $55. In second place, it's the provincial park hat at $30. In third place, it's the sun hat at $25. And with just a little bit of love, it's the headband at $8.
All right. So this is the final tail section of the game. So when I began to route out the Amy portion, this Amy run and whatnot, I was very nervous about this part because I was worried, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to do that jump glitch, and then I'm gonna have to spend 5 minutes of the game just flying to the next objective, because the next objectives are really high up in the air because they're meant for a character that can fly, and while Amy can kind of fly. She cannot just fly straight up like Tails can. So one of the reasons that we play this game on easy is that the game actually adds more obstacles and objects for you to interact with to kind of help players who might be struggling and whatnot to be able to do it, kind of cheese some of the platforming sections. And that is exactly what we are going to do. So there's going to be some springs that usually are not there in play, but since we are on easy, it allows us to just allow Amy to get to where she shouldn't actually be able to get to. So just like in the nuts of thing, we're going to quickly climb up here with spin dashes. It can be a little finicky, and thankfully it's being nice to me, which is a rarity. Usually that hates me. And now we're just gonna fly here. This is another area where the kind of the draw distance kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And I'm gonna do a big jump. Fly here. This jump is very, very tight. Yes. Okay. Good. 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 I'm always worried about that one. So another quickly check his tails. We're gonna move on to back to where we were. So like the final thing is all the way up there, and I just had no idea how I was going to get there. Thankfully, hitting the spring and then flying on over here. Unfortunately, I messed that up, so I am going to have to slowly reset myself, which kind of is unfortunate. Thankfully, I can do some dodge rolls in the air, which will, I messed it up again. Hang on, give me a second. I'm just going to, there we go. But now if we make our way over here, thankfully, this beautiful spring is just sitting here, and it will take us all the way to the final area. So thank you there, Sonic Team devs, whoever left that there. Much appreciated. It allowed us to completely deal with tail section instead of it being an incredibly long and incredibly dull and boring fly. So this is the part of the game where sadly we will need to quickly restart. I will just wait for the game to pop up with an autosave. It did just save, but I always just like to see it pop up here. All right, there's this it does a double save, which, you know, I always do too, so I totally get it. But we do need to go for a restart because otherwise the game will get stuck on an infinite loading glitch. So I'm going to just quickly reboot it up. Hopefully it will be nice. I will also get the thing back up and running. Here we go. All right. And now we are making our way to we're making our way to a boss rush. So we have 4 things left to do in this game, and they are all supersonic boss fights. So we are going to have to fight Giganto, we're going to have to fight Wyvern, we're going to have to fight Knight, as well as our final boss of the game, which is going to be Supreme the End. Master King Trial is quite challenging on your first playthrough this game, especially if you play this game on harder difficulties, because usually in Sonic Frontiers, if you hold the counting button, you can hold counter for what, like 10 or 12 seconds, and you will just be invulnerable. Anything that hits you will get counted off you. If you play this on extreme difficulty, your counter lasts for 4 frames, I believe. And if you get hit by anything, you will die. So it's actually one of the hardest challenges, in my opinion, that's ever been in a Sonic the Hedgehog game. And I, for some reason, have done it 5 times, but I would not recommend it for people. So one more big fly. So last real good moment of any announcements before we make our way to the boss rush.
I just want to remind everybody that you are watching Multithon. Multithon is a speedrunning marathon focused on co-ops, races, relays, or anything that shows the power of teamwork. Our core belief is that we are better and faster together. Thank you all for being here together with us this evening for the last run of Day 2 of Multithon 2025.
All right. So this is the start. Oh, good. No, that was a bit close. This is the start of the Master King Trial. So one thing that I have to do here, when you swap characters, right, it can sometimes break your rings and it will reset your rings just down to 0. just like how it did just then. So if I was to activate the boss fight, I would just immediately die. So what I actually need to do, I need to restart this mode already as Amy, and that will fix that glitch. So now even as I swap characters, we will be perfectly fine. Hopefully this time we might actually climb Giganto well. No? Kinda? Yeah, that works. Alright. Gotta be careful. Let's swap back to Sonic. Because, yeah, just like earlier, if Amy grabs that Chaos Emerald, game will crash. So it is very much a Son Amy run, as my chat likes to call it, where we do need to play as both of the hedgehogs. It's like the Titans are giant spiders and whatnot. I don't want to deal with them, so, you know, you go call your boyfriend or your partner or whatnot to deal with them. They're very scary. All right, first phase done. So the Master King Coco trial also does nerf us a little bit. We've been playing as Sonic when he's fully maxed out level 9999. So when we do this, they actually knock us back down to level 25. So still very, very easy to defeat these guys, but it does mean they do take a little bit longer than usual. And yes, chat, we will be turning him into a car. We're sending him to Sonic Racing Cross World. He goes. Luck the other hit. There we go. Boop, boop. One more. And that's Giganto done.
Somebody who's very relaxed about spiders, I guess I would be the boyfriend that you call.
See, when I lived with Blitzhedgy, who's my best friend, if there was a spider in my room, I'd get rid of it. I'm terrified. Like, I'm 6'4". This thing can be like 5 centimeters. I hate it. I'm not an insect person.
I'm 5'1", and all of my much bigger friends are the ones who are like spiders, and I'm like, don't worry, I got it. Maybe it's because we're closer to the same size. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, they're all the way down there. It's scary.
I can empathize.
Oh. All right, there we go. Right, good stuff. So, I do have a very sad announcement to make. We are coming to the end of the Amy portion of the Amy run, because soon the only thing left of the run is the Supersonic boss fights. So we get to do one more trick as Amy, but then we will be saying farewell to her as we have Sonic complete the game for us. So, Amy, you've been amazing as always. I love playing as you, and hopefully she will continue to be playable in more upcoming 3D Sonic games like Dream Team, as well as obviously Frontiers and Superstars. Amy's been popping up a lot lately, and definitely probably going to be popping up a lot more when she has her upcoming movie. All right. We get to do this trick again, thankfully. So poor Wyvern, his internet connection is lagging out a little bit. That's okay. So here's hoping this part does not cause an issue. It is very easy sometimes for this part to kind of break. Thankfully, it did not. If it does break and I die here, I have to go fight Giganto again, which... not what you want for a speedrun, obviously. But we thankfully have gone through that part A-okay, and now we are going to be moving on to the Wyvern fight again. Thankfully, we do have some new tricks up our sleeves for this one. We don't actually get to show off the quick side loop at all on our first fight because we do too much damage to him. The quick side loop helps us able to, even though we're level 25, still be able to kill the Wyvern very, very quickly. So, next Wyvern fight, here we go. Thankfully, even though we have to fight these guys twice, the music that plays when we fight the Titans is very, very good. It's, the Titan music was very popular. And hopefully, if the Sonic Symphony ever wants to come down to Australia, I'd love to hear it live. It'd be pretty awesome. Alright, spin him around. So now we're going to do a little kick. And now we hit him with a quick side loop, which then locks him up. And now we're going to hit him with a cross slash. And you can see his HP. It melts him like butter if he's all locked up. So very, very helpful strat as we move back into the second phase of the fight.
I'm blown away by the music in this game. It is extremely metal.
It covers all different types of genres. I love the Titan themes are obviously a big highlight, but there's a lot of just beautiful instrumental music and whatnot throughout the game. It is without a doubt one of my favorites. Not only one of my favorite Sonic soundtracks, one of my favorite soundtracks in a video game ever. It's absolutely phenomenal. A little careful. Some of these times these missiles are problematic. Thankfully, we're all good. You can get hit there, which can kind of reset the chase, which is very, very annoying when it happens. And It has happened to me too many times to count. All right, move on to the next part of the fight. We have to do this little quick time event again. Wyvern is definitely the longest Titan to fight just because he spends so much of the fight running away from us. So hit him with this. Now we're going to hit him with another Psyloop so he doesn't attack us. There we go. And then he's dead. If you just continue to wail on him there, he will actually get an attack. Not that that's a problem, because we can just immediately just counter him. Because we are playing on easy, we don't get hit by the counter debuff that usually hits players when they do Master King Trial. But, you know, it's just a little faster and moves us into the next part of the fight. But that is obviously the end of Amy in the Amy run. Some people might be wondering why I can't swap to Amy when we start the next fight, because we have to just climb the knight. The reason why we can't swap to Amy in this next portion of the fight is it reactivates, swapping characters reactivates the kill plane that's inside the pit that we're in. So if we swap to Amy, it doesn't matter what's happening, Amy will just immediately die. Therefore, the challenge is failed. Therefore, we go back to the first boss fight. So we don't want to do that. So we do just finish the rest of this game as Sonic. But it is a co-op run. It is, as chat says, the Son Amy run. So, you know, Sonic is just the main character of this franchise. I guess he can have a little bit of spotlight. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Death planes, yes. A lot of death planes. Right, first hand. Also got to be really careful with this attack. If this attack hits you, it's instant death. So a little scary. But thankfully, it's very, very easy to dodge. But it has gotten me once or twice, so always got fear. Always got fear. Thankfully, Sonic can actually properly climb and walk up these guys, so that does make things a lot simpler. And now we make our way to the knight again. We're gonna do some good old cross slashes. As you can see, we can't melt through him as much as we did the first time we fought him, so it does take a little bit longer to trigger him to the next phase. But this is still faster than doing anything else, so that's what we do. All right, next phase. And hopefully, let's see what kind of RNG we get with the Beyblade. I got nearly the best RNG the last attempt. I just wasn't ready for it, but this time I'm ready for it. But now it's not going to come towards me. It's just going to be coming to the side. So let's see where it goes. No, that's pretty standard RNG. Oh, I didn't hit it. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to hit this. He's going to run away. Oh my goodness! I can't believe that got him. Sometimes just getting him with that can be really finicky, really tricky, but getting it on the first throw, I'm always very, very happy. And that is the knight defeated. We are coming up to a lot of cutscenes, so there is definitely going to be a lot of down moments, but we do only have 2 more boss fights left. We got to fight the next boss fight, which is going to be Supreme. And then we have an exclusive boss fight, which only pops up if you play the Final Horizon update. That will be game. So we are getting pretty close to the end. Just probably about another 10 minutes or so. So hope people have been enjoying it. It's sad that we don't have Amy anymore, but that unfortunately is just the breaks. We do need Super Sonic because there is no Super Amy in this game. That's in Superstars, not in this game. Any announcements?
Yeah, what I heard is if we want a headband sweep, now is the time to get those donations.
Headband sweep!
This is it!
Guys, come on!
This is your chance before the end of day 2 if you want to have that read. Otherwise, everybody, we are running a sweepstakes this week. By donating, you're automatically entered in for the chance to win a Steam key for one of the amazing games featured this week. Ricky and Vicky, UFO 50, Just Crow Things, Neva, and our sponsor game, BC Ball, which is tons of fun. If you're interested in learning more, you can find more information in the Multithon Discord. And a reminder, as you're getting your donations in for Blue Path, and as you're clicking on that bid war and you're choosing the headband for the bid war, a reminder where those donations are going. They are going to Blue Path Service Dogs, and if we raise $5,000 over the course of this event, we get to name a puppy. We get to name a puppy who will go through the Blue Path training program. A $5,000 donation helps cover the costs during the early months of a Blue Path puppy's life, including vet expenses, supplies, travel, and training gear. Multithon has named 2 puppies throughout our event so far, Thunder and Lightning. And if you want to see those puppies, there are definitely puppy pictures in the Discord, and they do not disappoint. They do not disappoint. Yeah, if you wanna name that puppy Amy, I would say you gotta get those
That's guys, chat. Chat, we need this.
Definitely,
this boss fight is
definitely
being
have to
mean me.
get enough donations in there to weight it.
It's weird. That has never happened. I hate to say it, that has never happened before.
What?
I know that's so cliche
What?
in these things, but man, that has
That
never
has
happened
never
before. I
happened
was so
before.
confused.
You know, it's happened for every single run that I've hosted for this marathon so far, and you're welcome.
No, this is this guy has always been a little finicky and whatnot. Usually I say a good run of him if you're able to beat him before the lyrics kick in the song. Unfortunately, I don't know what that was. He was just a little bit weird. But thankfully, he is dead. So we are moving on to the final part of the game. This is unfortunately also a really long cutscene. Any cutscenes that involve the Titans, you can just not skip. Well, you can skip this cutscene after you've watched it once, but obviously this is a new save file. It's under the impression we haven't seen it yet, so there is going to be a little bit of downtime as we wait for the final boss fight to start. But
It's a really good time to
I hope people
talk about
sorry.
puppies. No, go ahead.
I hope people have enjoyed the run. And I'm pretty happy with it. Like, the final boss of this game is pretty much, he's not so much a fight, he's more of a puzzle. So he's very easy to beat. But I hope people have enjoyed it, and I'm really glad that overall nothing bad has happened. It has gone pretty well, which makes me really happy. And yeah, no, I've been timing myself, and I am unfortunately 30 seconds behind my best time, but you know, that's still really good, all things considered.
Really good for a marathon.
Oh, absolutely fantastic for a marathon and whatnot.
All right, we have a second for a donation here.
Oh, yes. This is a
Doodle
long
sent in
cutscene.
$10 and says, "Emi dog."
Yes. Thank you there, Doodles. You understood the assignment. I'm very happy for you.
Yes,
I'm very proud of you.
Very well done.
Come on, Blitz. Amy, Dog, and Mila, they might be able to be friends. You know, my best friend is a big Freedom Planet person, and he named his dog after Mila, from which is a character from that game. And we actually have an emote of Mila. Thank you there, Blitz. She was a very barky dog. Still is, to my understanding. All right. So we do just kind of have to sit here for a second because we're waiting for Supersonic to transform into, I don't know if this has a proper official name. I think the game files call this form Supersonic 2 because Supersonic is going to power up and he's suddenly going to get blue eyes. But we are going to make very quick work of the final boss. As mentioned, it's more of a puzzle than a fight. Once you know how to beat this part, there's not a whole lot to it. A lot of the Titan in this game are really easy once you kind of figure out, especially once you know the speedrun strats and whatnot, they do kind of fool very quickly. So let's gonna go fly on up to him. You might notice he had a little cable on him earlier. You do have to quickly break that, otherwise he will just constantly regen his health. But since he's lost that, bam, he's down to half health. Now we're gonna have to quickly steal his gun, because we haven't seen him in the run, but Dr. Eggman, I think we did see Sage earlier and whatnot, but Dr. Eggman technically got locked up into cyberspace, and that new female character is actually Eggman's daughter, so they're going to pop up here for a little bit and help out, as well as also Amy, Tails, and Knuckles. So there's Eggman, there's Sage, and he's going to go charge up his gun, and we are going to finish the fight. And also, the best song in the game starts playing, or at least one of the best songs in the game starts playing. It's very good, this song. love those metal screams. Alright, so time is coming up very, very, very quickly. So he's going to restore his health all the way back to full. We need to go destroy his cable again. We will then just do a bunch of cross slash. And time will be at the end of the quick time event. So it will be very, 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 very soon. So get ready on that. Quickly break his cable. I'm going to see if I can get the quick kill. I did not. That's okay. I've gotten it 3 times in a row. Obviously, in the marathon, I don't get it. But that's okay. It only adds like 7 seconds. That's not oh, I've got to do quick silo. No wonder I didn't get the quick kill. I'm a silly person. Ah, well, that's okay. I actually don't mind not getting the quick kill on this guy because it times better with the music. If you get the quick kill, the music ends kind of abruptly. All right, there he goes. He falls. So we're going to now move into the quick time event. It's coming up very, very quickly. So it's not this one, but after this next quick time event is time. So next time we see a quick time event and press X, it's coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is Sonic Frontiers Amy Run. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm really, really happy with how that went. Thank you guys for being so supportive and so sweet and kind. Yeah, no, is there anything else?
I mean, what's left is to tell you, GG, thank you for an amazing, amazing run. And if there are any shout-outs that you want to do, now is the time.
Well, obviously, you know, shout out to the Frontiers modding community for all this, and shout outs for my chat for being here, and shout outs to my mom and sister, who, unfortunately, we lost earlier. I knew I was gonna cry. Unfortunately, we lost earlier this year. I was really hoping my mom was going to be able to watch this. She really enjoyed my fast-paced event run and GDQ run, but it's just been a bit of a hard time. But I'm really happy. Thank you also Multithon for being so understanding. They've been really sweet and been really patient with me. I hope I did them proud. Sorry. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry, I feel so bad. I had a feeling that was gonna happen, but...
Amazing run. You did an incredible job. I'm sure they would be very, very proud.
Yeah, but no, that's, well, there's one more thing, and I think my chat would be very angry with me, and I think we do have a little bit of time, because, what was the time, by the way? 1:23! Hey, 10 minutes under estimate. Fantastic.
Yeah, very well done.
We had this silly joke. Technically, we have another speedrun category we like to do. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because it technically pops up after time. But chat, I hope, for those of my community, I hope you are ready for it, because it is about to pop up in a couple of seconds. And once Sonic gets his butt up the ground, there he is. And he takes a really long time to get up here. I never realized how long. And hug percent. Oh dear. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, no, thank you Multithon so much for having me. It was absolutely lovely to be here.
And I'm like, he hugs the ground? Okay, good. There's the hug. All right.
They all... Oh, shit, did I not bring up the stream back up?
No, you got it. You got it. You got
okay.
it.
You did well, Sage.
That was lovely. That was lovely. Well, thank you very, very much again for that absolutely incredible run and for an incredible end to the second day of Multithon. And especially shout outs to your lovely, lovely community in the chat. It's been so wonderful having you all here, being so excited and supportive, and really in the spirit of the Multithon, because we are all here together and better together.
I'm proud of them. I haven't been able to read too much, but I've been seeing all my emotes going off, so thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, everybody's been really amazing. Really amazing.
Alright, well, yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, Yes, that is it. Thank you again.
Thanks for having me. Lovely being here.
All the light